Hi, I'm Chris from Dynojet. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install a Power Commander 5 with fuel and ignition control on this KTM 690R Duke. We're going to need to remove the fuel tank to install this, so we're going to go ahead and get started by removing the two seats and the bodywork surrounding the fuel tank. Once I have the tank loosened, I can lift it up enough to disconnect the two vent lines. I'll need to disconnect the electrical connector from the bottom of the fuel pump, and I can disconnect this high pressure fuel line. Over here on the right hand side of the fuel tank, I can unplug this small 2-pin connector for the sending unit. And now I should be able to lift the tank up and off. I'm also going to go ahead and remove this small panel from the right hand side. The Power Commander module is going to be stored in the tail section under the passenger seat, but before we do that, we're going to want to route the harness left of the battery towards the engine. If you want to loosen the battery, that can certainly make it easier to get the harness through the tail right here. Once you reach the throttle body up here, you're going to want to route the pair of large connectors and the small white 2-pin connectors down here by the throttle body servo, and you'll want to run the two black 2-pin connector pairs with the green and blue colored wires over here to the right hand side of the engine where the coil sticks are. Once you have the harness routed, you can go ahead and secure the module in the tail section with the supplied velcro strip. And we're going to secure the Power Commander's ground wire with the small ring lug to the negative terminal of the battery. Right here at the top of the throttle body, we can find our stock fuel injector connector. We're going to unplug it. We'll plug the Power Commander leads with the orange colored wires in line with the fuel injector and the stock wiring harness. Right here on the left hand side of the throttle body, we can find our throttle body servo. We're going to unplug the throttle body servo. Once we unplug the throttle body servo, behind the connector we can see a white 2-pin connector, and this is to our vehicle's crank position sensor. We're going to unplug the stock connectors for the crank position sensor. We're going to plug the mating white 2-pin connectors from the Power Commander in line with the stock crank position sensor connectors. We'll push those to the back. We'll plug the Power Commander onto the throttle body servo, and we'll plug the stock throttle body servo connector onto the Power Commander. Back over here on the right hand side of the engine, we can see our two coil sticks. We have an inner coil stick with a black connector and an outer coil stick with the white connector. We're going to plug our Power Commander leads with the green colored wires in line with the inner coil stick and stock harness. That's the one with the black connector. And we're going to plug the Power Commander leads with the blue colored wires in line with the outer coil stick, and that's the stock white connector. Now that we have everything plugged in appropriately, we can start to reassemble the bike.